Bringing a child into the world and becoming a parent is a beautiful phase of anyone's life. It is both difficult and exciting, but it's probably harder. So here are the 5 most youngest moms in the world. Number 5. Lena Medina. Lena Medina is the youngest mothers in medical history. Lena Medina was only 5 years old when she made the history by giving birth. When her parents noticed her swelling abdomen, they first thought that she was developing some sort of a tumor or some medical condition. They took her to the hospital. The initial doctor who had examined her couldn't believe her eyes and therefore called the specialist, who confirmed that little Lena was indeed 7 months pregnant. Because of this unusual and shocking situation, her story was carefully documented by physicians. Of course, everyone was wondering who the father of Lena's baby is, but he was never identified. Lena gave birth to a healthy baby boy who was named Gerardo. The baby was brought up by believing his mother was her sister until he learned the truth at the age of 10. 4. Chantel Stedman and Alfie Patton. When 15-year-old Chantel Stedman became pregnant, she told the world that she was pregnant by a 13-year-old Alfie Patton. After the child was delivered, DNA test was performed, but the test showed that the 13-year-old boy wasn't responsible. He was actually 15-year-old Tyler Barker. Yikes. He got her pregnant during a drunken one-night stand. According to Tyler Parker, meeting Chantal was the worst mistake that he ever made. And are we supposed to believe that?
If he's lying about that, who knows what else he's lying about?
For the 13-year-old Alfie, he was so devastated when he found out that the baby was not his. 3. Sean Stewart and Emma Webster. Sean Stewart was only 11 years old when he met and fell for the 15-year-old Webster. Sean Stewart and Webster were neighbors from Britain. The couple was originally neighbors, but they somehow turned into lovers. On the January of 1998, the two gave birth to a son. The couple tried to stay together for the sake of their son, but sadly, that didn't work out. Webster left Stewart and moved on to marry another man, while Stewart, on the other hand, had been in and out of jail most of his adult life for theft. 2. Teresa Middleton. One of Scotland's youngest mothers had a difficult childhood. When Teresa was only 9 years old, she began running with a much older and wilder crowd. She had already started drinking and partying when she suddenly found herself pregnant at the age of 11. After being assaulted by her own brother, needless to say, Teresa was shocked and devastated. Authorities were alerted and her brother was put behind bars for 4 years. All this was so much to deal with that Teresa ended up giving up the baby for adoption. Number 1. Alicia Gregson. Alicia Gregson was just 12 years old when she had her son Louis. She didn't want anyone to know that she was pregnant, so she began wearing baggy clothes to hide her growing stomach. She also thought that the baby could get on by bread and milk, so she hid the baby from the world. She was able to keep the baby a secret from her mother and the baby's father until 22 minutes after the baby was born. After Louis was born, she got pregnant again 10 months later by the same boy. She is something else. Are you happy for this young parents? Let's talk about it, even though it's none of our business.